Hello. Let's argue.
Okay. We're here again. The Two Bros, One Brew. We are here for our first episode of Uncorked. This will be our short version of our show for when we don't have quite as much time, which will be during the holidays most likely. So
we will be rushing right through the topics today and uploading this straight to YouTube. So most of you will probably see this there rather than here, as we do not have a big viewership right now. Mm-hmm. But as always, my name is Aaron.
And I'm Kevin.
And I am the neckbeard with the attitude. I don't know.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Neckbeard with an attitude. Okay.
Whatever you say. And yeah, I'm just that guy that does the show with him. All right. So so today we have a number of topics, but we're going to start with Trump and his most recent opioid announcement, which again that talks to us because Aaron and I are both fighting against the spread of opiates and the opioid epidemic, of which Connecticut seems to be a big battleground. So Trump came out and announced a emergency healthcare emergency in this country.
Yes.
Versus opioids, which is another step in the right direction towards getting the people that have issues the help that they need, because there's quite a number of people. I mean, just yesterday I was watching news, I believe it's ABC News, and they had a police officer who actually came in after the most recent hurricanes in Texas, mm-hmm. looking to help an old guy, and ended up stealing a bunch of his stuff because he has a painkiller addiction. Which, of course, I'm going to let you guess what that was. What it wasn't. So
here's the thing with painkillers as well, is that as a pharmacy technician, I come across a lot of people that come in with fake
IDs or prescriptions?
Fake prescriptions from doctors that aren't in our database. They try to get it past us.
Oh,
but,
nice.
They're either dated in the past or post-dated.
Fun. Okay.
So that's become a growing problem. We keep getting more and more of those.
Do you have to turn them into the cops when you get a fake prescription? Because last I knew,
yes.
A fake prescription.
Yes, we have to. We have to take it
mm-hmm.
and not give it back to them, which sometimes is a problem for them, because they'll start yelling at us like, "Oh, this is a real prescription."
And you're like,
I need
not
a
real prescription.
It's not.
Exactly, and it doesn't matter if it was, because they washed it or whatever. So
right.
Okay.
Also, we've been getting the problem where people will go to multiple pharmacies with the same prescription and try to get multiple prescriptions, because it's also the doctor's fault.
Oh, yeah?
Doctors are still prescribing opioids to patients who don't really need them.
Okay.
And it's because they probably just wanted to get them in and out, and
yeah, give them something that they in their opinion works regardless of other consequences, right?
Yeah.
So,
but there's also painkillers that do not have that bad of an effect on somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
That can be used.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that these companies,
they want the money. They want the money.
It's like Norco and all these different oxycodone
producers.
Mm. So.
Well, we can only wait and see, but at least it's if it's being dealt with on a presidential level, then now
right.
At
it's
least
definitely
now we can make some headway. Yeah,
and it's bringing awareness to that this is an actual problem,
mm-hmm.
and it's a national epidemic.
Absolutely. I mean, hopefully we can see some progress soon.
Right.
Any other things to add to that topic?
I know that that a lot of it is also gang related, with the fentanyl and the heroin as a street way of getting those drugs. So just be careful, because it's everywhere. It's everywhere. The stuff will kill you. The dealers are cutting just enough to make sure that their
bases
clients
totally killed off.
Yeah.
Fun. And even if it has a high attrition rate, right?
Yeah.
It's
bad.
Yeah.
But if you or any of your family members have a problem with heroin, opioids, whatever,
prescription painkillers, whatever,
the best thing to do is to try to convince them to get help.
And there's plenty available.
Yeah. State of Connecticut, for example, has been working on a destigmatization campaign and has been equipping most of our EMTs with Narcan in order to get them safely to the hospital where they can.
Of course, that's in the event of an
overdose.
Yeah,
correct.
But if you have somebody who's abusing them, in the meantime, that there are places that they can get help, and most readily at a hospital or their doctor.
Right.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next topic.
The Michigan 5.
There's a shit show. So we got, what is it?
Five teens were
teens
on an overcross in
overpass over the highway.
overpass in Michigan, and they were dropping rocks on cars
on the highway, but trying to hit cars. And apparently they got lucky with one and killed somebody, which was always lovely.
And what was it, like a 20-ton rock?
No, a
20-pound rock, rather. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Not a 20-ton rock.
That would be like Wile E. Coyote style off the top of the cliff, you know.
So a 20-pound rock was
through
dropped
the windshield, crushed this guy's face and neck and chest, and he was just, out like a light. It's over. So
the 5 kids I know are being charged with second-degree murder, attempted second-degree murder, and
there was
several other.
It's like some vandalism or something weird,
right?
Or reckless endangerment.
Reckless endangerment.
That's
that was it.
Yeah. It's something much lower.
They're being charged with that, and I completely agree with that. They're expected to possibly have a life sentence, if not just a little bit less.
I mean, you can always bring death penalty into it. I doubt anybody's going to, and I don't necessarily. We're not muddying the waters here. I'm just saying that, murderers. I don't know if it's legal in Michigan. You can look it up.
Yeah.
If it is, I mean, they're potentially liable up to that point.
Right.
Not that a jury's going to choose that. Let's be honest here.
So I don't know where this situation is going to go. If they're going to get the life sentence,
they better get at least 40 years.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry, you fucked up, guys. Because remember, at halfway through their sentence, they're probably going to get parole.
Right.
So 20 years in prison, man. I mean, that's you killed a totally innocent man through a stupid fucking decision, and there's no reason you should be in society.
And the man was a father. He has
children. Producer.
He has children that are going to be home that aren't going to have their dad anymore.
And it's not. It's
over just like these kids just dropping things because they thought it was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. We're some badasses. We're going to drop rocks on people.
I'm sure their thought process was that, it'll be fun to like damage some cars or something, and it'll be funny. Maybe they were drinking or something, but not that I know. I haven't seen reports of them doing anything that would cause their decision-making capabilities to be poor, other than the fact that they're stupid fucking teenagers.
Yeah.
But my thought process is, this is an unforeseen consequence for them, but now they have to live with it, and they deserve it.
This is the kind of stuff that you can see a lot on like YouTube and in these content creators, which these teens idolize nowadays.
Yeah, I mean,
like the Jake Pauls and the Logan Pauls of the world are just breaking stuff for fun. And
it's one thing,
all that kind of stuff,
for you and I as content creators to go out and buy 12 cases of eggs and drop a whole carton of eggs on a car on the way by. It's kind of dangerous because you're obscuring their vision, but I mean, I can kind of get that because it's not going to hurt anybody. Even if it falls through a sunroof, it's just going to make a mess.
Right.
But like a rock,
rock is going to kill somebody.
Yeah, a brick, a rock, a hunk of metal, whatever. Like, thank you.
Hello, Gabe. Welcome back.
Yep.
Our friend here.
So, these guys have made poor decisions, and now they have to live with it. But I think it does show a lack of teaching people the respect for human life. I mean, why wouldn't you think that would hurt somebody?
It's a lack of parental responsibility.
And
community.
That too. I mean, why are they just throwing rocks when they could be doing something productive? Like
learning a trade, maybe. I don't know.
Oh God, you don't even.
I think honestly, the push now towards every single kid going to college is probably a really bad decision for policy for education, because you need people to be interested in trades, and if they're interested in a trade, they should go pursue that instead of pursuing a college degree, which
I have a degree in dropping rocks off an overpass. Jesus, like
it's bad.
Yeah.
And these kids don't have purpose. They
They feel like they don't have worth because of that. I mean, let's be honest here. They're, that's where a big part of that feeling comes from, is like, oh, there's no reason for me to be alive. There's no reason for me to be doing any of these things. So like, what am I worth as a person? People be like, oh, you don't know how to do anything, so you're not worth anything.
And it's that like, oh, we're going to be like cool in the school because we're dropping rocks on cars.
Yeah. We vandalized some trucks, man, whatever.
And these kind of behaviors, this being like edgy and like damaging things is seen as cool, and that was like when we were kids too.
3 edgy 5 me.
3 edgy 5 me.
Yeah, but in all seriousness though, so hopefully
it's bad.
Hopefully we can prevent more of this kind of stupidity in the future by getting kids involved in
and
things.
Them being
keeps out a crime too,
and them being prosecuted and hopefully charged.
Yeah, will
hopefully maybe serve as you know what I'm saying.
I do have an
as
idea.
A preventive measure.
I think now on more reflection, I feel like these guys might get a plea bargain for like involuntary manslaughter or manslaughter. And the reason why, think of it this way, is because they're younger. A lot of them, what is it? It's like a 17-year-old and a couple like 16 and 15-year-olds or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, a couple of them with the statute of limitations or whatever will be charged as juveniles, but the one 17-year-old, I'm sure, will be tried as an adult, or whoever had the vehicle. I'm assuming it was the 17-year-old as well, because they're using a vehicle to bring the rocks places. But whole point is like, I think they're going to get some kind of plea deal. It won't be great, but they may get a plea deal for pleading guilty, and then things will be a little different. But they'll still be felons.
Here's the thing: they do deserve to be punished in some respect, and if they do get a plea deal, I at least hope they learn from this, and hopefully they'll serve as a deterrent for other kids who may have wanted to do the same thing.
Yeah, I think we'll see if they want to like show remorse on the stand or not, what I mean? Like if they realize the gravity of it,
Speaking of douchebags,
the
one guy who was he was the sexual offender who was HIV positive.
Oh, good God, this guy. Oh, this guy is fucked up. So apparently, what was it? He was a guy
42
in Miami or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, and he's
42
children,
victims. 42 victims
between the ages of what was it? It was like 10 and 17.
It was all these kids. It's these kids that he was sexually.
He somehow was in the school system, and he's HIV positive, and apparently molested all these kids. So Jesus Christ,
it's just disgusting. And I think that person who did it should not be named, because I don't want him to get famous.
But we could behead him.
I think he should. This is one of the.
Give him to ISIS. Put him in the cage.
I think here's what we should do. We should get all these horrible people that do these these child molesters.
The Hunger Games, the molester games.
We should start trading them to ISIS for the troops that they capture. Be like, okay, you can take this guy. Yeah, you can take this
we'll give you
infidel.
some citizens to.
Yes, that is the guy who's running the technology club.
Oh God, that's fucked up.
And he had, what was it, 92 accounts of child pornography.
Yeah, it was a lot of.
It was a lot of child porn.
He's been charged. It's something with almost like 300 counts or something at this point, between what he did to kids and the porn and everything else all put together. So
he is.
He's going away for a while.
If there could ever be anyone under the dictionary definition of garbage human being, that would be this guy.
Why would you label him as a human being when he's clearly not?
He's clearly a monster.
Exactly.
And it just sickens me that these people... I guess like some parts of the internet are trying... Some people on the internet are trying to normalize it and be like... And it's just disgusting to me.
I kind of hope that that isn't a... While I know I've seen it, I really hope that isn't a real movement. I hope it's like a government agency coming forward to get all these people to like pedophiles to join all these groups. Oh, look at this!
Or like a bunch of like 4chan trolls that are basically just pretending to be like.
4chan hates molesters.
Yeah.
They would dox the shit out of those guys if they got the chance. You know that as well. I'm pretty sure they have in the past, like multiple times. So all I'm gonna say is like 4chan gets their hands on them, like they're fucked. Gabe, if you could just do me a favor and let me know if that's the question that you asked, is that the question that you had for us, or do you have another one as well?
Thank you, Gabe, for your constant support of our show.
Absolutely, thank you.
Speaking of supporters, if you could go subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is in the link in the description. We currently have two. The link in the park.
Yes.
We would really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, we love making content for you guys, and we're gonna keep going.
Speaking of new content as well,
Uh-oh.
On November 11th, we will be attending the On Tap Craft Beer Festival at Foxwoods Resort Casino in Connecticut. So if anybody happens to live around that area and wants to meet up,
or happens to have a ticket,
and would like to meet up and maybe grab a few beers or something.
I mean, that's going to be the point of the
event. That's going to be the point of the event.
It's probably going to be more than a few. It's probably going to be to drink as many tasters from as many places before it closes, because it's only, what is it, a 4-hour event? Something like a 3-hour event?
It's a long event. It's like a 7-hour event.
Not from what I read. The VIP people only get 1 extra hour, but we can check it out. All I know is I want that souvenir glass.
Yeah. Hopefully
we see you guys there,
and
somebody
we will be shooting some content there.
We will. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you planned this, because my plan is to be pretty drunk.
Oh yeah. We're gonna shoot some video, and I'll probably edit it together into like a little video that will be up on our YouTube channel, which you should subscribe to.
Absolutely.
Also, as well, I will be airing a few episodes of 2bros1brew Brew actually in NYC.
Oh boy.
It'll be a little event for the Let's Argue people.
I don't think I'm gonna be there with you, though, am I?
You can come.
I mean,
but you said you had work that time.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna make it.
Ouch. But yeah, if anybody's in NYC and wants to hit us up, you can tag me in Let's Argue, or if you're friends with me, you can shoot me a message over Messenger as to possibly when you'd like to meet up. I plan on going the week of the 18th, and special guests will probably be Zach Ehrlich, Christine Schrader.
Oh, damn. Some stars.
And possibly my boy Ben Bravo. So there'll be short episodes, just like Ask Me Anythings, that kind of stuff.
Like the ones you used to do with Mr. Dressler.
Yes.
Yes.
Possibly I'll meet up with Jake in the future too. So.
Oh boy.
I know. Oh boy. Oh boy.
There's one to look forward to right there.
You want your Dressler? You want your 2bros1brew?
Now you can have 2 Dresslers and no brew.
Bam.
All right.
But yeah. So if anybody's interested in that,
hit us up.
Yeah.
All right. So Gabe Fetter sent us a question, by the way.
Do we go to a university? And if so, what do you study? I will take this first. I'm currently finishing up a degree in religious studies with a minor concentration in Catholic studies. I'm also going for my certification for pharmacy tech.
Were you going to tell them where you were going, or? Is that too much info?
That's too much info.
Okay. I have a degree in English from a certain New Haven-based university, and currently I work for Amazon.com in logistics.
Yale.
China.
China.
Yeah.
Do we have some chicken vaginas in here?
Yeah. Anyways, now that
take his coat.
I mean, take his chicken vagina.
Take his chicken vaginas.
I didn't say Yale. He said Yale. So I'm just
kidding.
Okay.
None of us are smart enough to go there.
I don't know. You and I both applied, and we both
both got rejected.
We both gave them a run for their money, though.
Yeah.
We appealed it, almost got in. So what can I say?
I got waitlisted at Harvard.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my point. We got waitlisted at some good Ivy League places. But yeah, we're still waiting. So we're
still waiting to hear back from Yale to see if we can get in.
Yeah, we're still waiting on Hogwarts too while we're at it. Yeah. I'm a little older than 12, or is it 10? I don't even fucking remember.
We're wizards though.
All right. And oh wow, cool.
Oh, thank you,
Gabe. Thanks,
Gabe.
But yeah. Anyways, so I have a degree in English from a certain New Haven-based school. So.
All right.
And all right. In the meantime, I'm just kind of hoping to climb the ladder at Amazon. So next up, we have the JFK docs.
I'm very excited.
Moon landing is next.
It's the 11 documents that were partially withheld from the.
I thought it was like 11% of the documents.
11%. That's what I meant.
Okay.
I'm
gonna say
we're both tired, guys.
It's been a long week.
There's
a reason we're not drinking, because if we had more than a beer, we wouldn't be able to even do this video for you guys right now. So we both just agreed it was.
He's exhausted from work. I'm recovering from a cold, so. He's looking to go into chemistry. Any good universities we know for chemistry? Oh, boy.
Besides Yale.
Yale.
Honestly, Gabe.
MIT.
Yeah. Other than the big names, I can't think of anything around here. I have a friend who's going for chemistry at Southern Connecticut, and another friend who was doing chemistry. He was doing organic chemistry at University of New Haven. But he's no longer doing that. He's switched his major.
If you want to do forensic science, UNH is the school for you, because Dr. Henry Lee, who worked on the O.J. Simpson trial,
and many other trials,
like
the Connecticut divorce machine, aka the wood chipper. That's one of my favorite jokes, by the way.
Yeah. But yeah, he's the head of the not the head of the forensics science anymore, but
he's very prestigious. Even if he is kind of a prick, if you've ever met him, he's kind of a nasty man. But he's very knowledgeable and seems to be able to solve what other nasty, prickly people do. So it takes one to know.
He's the real life house.
He's basically minus the drugs.
What the fuck is this?
I mean, with murder.
The guy,
I don't know.
Murderer.
He's not the real man.
Oh God! It's a show where the murderer solves murders.
Oh, fuck that! Whatever.
What the fuck is that show?
Dexter.
Dexter. He's the real life Dexter.
Except he's short and Asian and
doesn't murder people.
That we know of. Maybe his wife.
That we know of. Yeah.
He probably knows how to do it best.
Thank you, Dan Carroll. Dan the Cookler Carroll.
The what?
The Cookler.
I'm not even gonna ask. Where's Adam Stoves?
Where's Adam Stoves?
All right. So, anyways, bringing
some admin chat into this little
admin chat.
Admin chat, yeah.
How are you in the admin chat?
Well, mod chat, but
I was about to.
You didn't even make the former admin joke.
I'm trying not to. You told me it was insulting.
It was insulting to my prestigious 1 month run as admin.
Well, we'll see if we can get you another 1 month run.
Let's hope.
We're gonna meme you into the admin
we're gonna meme you at the office.
Yeah, meme magic.
Meme magic. Oh boy.
And remember, guys, don't neuter the robots.
Hashtag don't neuter the robots. Why am I doing this? How basic am I?
You've always been the basicest bitch here. All right. Anyway, so yeah, JFK docs. Do you think that new things will be revealed? Honestly, I don't think anything new is going to be really revealed, except maybe that the CIA.
That Ted Cruz's dad is the murderer.
Ted Cruz's dad did it because Ted Cruz is a Zodiac killer.
I think it'll be just interesting to see
what was known and what wasn't necessarily.
Precisely.
I mean, I think the CIA knew more than they let on, and then they couldn't stop it, so they let it happen, and they didn't want these things to be known for a long time. That's why they waited.
Right.
But I think there's a lot of other possibilities too. I don't necessarily think Oswald wasn't a Russian agent, but I also think that the Russians didn't necessarily want to kill off the American president. It kind of a bad move, tends to lead to nuclear war, killing the other side's leader, especially when you have mutually assured destruction. So yep. I'm not sure. I doubt Fidel Castro or anybody like that had much to do with it. I kind of do think that Oswald was a lone wolf and was kind of just nuts. I mean, look at what it did for John Wilkes Booth. Then again, a lot of people talk about the Federal Reserve, right? With Lincoln and JFK both being shot, right after proposing the getting rid of the Federal Reserve and all that.
Here's my theory with John Wilkes Booth. I believe that he was an actor trying to
act his way
method act his way into the role of an assassin, and he accidentally assassinated the president. Oops. Method acting gone wrong.
I mean, I doubt that, but okay, I'll take your theory.
And Ted Cruz's dad killed JFK.
Well, that's not questionable.
That's
we know that. We already knew that.
That's my
He
theory.
was the second shooter on the grassy knoll. Ted Cruz's father.
He was both the shooters.
He was both.
He used Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Pow pow.
Oh my God, Gabe likes that one. All right, so yeah, but if you have any other ideas or anything that you'd like to share related to the JFK docs, hit us up below.
Also, George H.W. Bush was recently accused of a variety of sexual advances towards women,
including misconduct.
Sexual misconduct.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it rape necessarily.
Oh no,
gonna go like
unless
SJW.
You're gonna go SJW like I raped you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh boy.
Anyways, no, back to I guess he has the same. Okay, so I guess since he's been wheelchair bound, he tends to be lowered down and he tends to touch people's butts a lot more often, and so he has a really bad joke that he tells. What was it? What's your favorite magician?
What's your
David Copperfield?
David Copperfield.
Which is kind of tasteless, but it does bring humor to the situation. I guess I could see you doing it with some weird lawmakers, but if you're like working with like people who aren't necessarily your constituents or like even just going around for like a book signing or something, it's a little questionable. Like just be like apologize to people. I'm sorry, I'm a little low down and I can't help but touch your butt. But then apparently weren't some people talking about him maybe being senile and not knowing it's a bad thing?
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's my opinion. He's a product of the 40s.
Well, there you go.
And
touching butts.
Touching butts wasn't that much of a deal.
Well,
back
touching
then.
a woman's butt, don't touch a man's butt. If you're a man, don't touch another man's butt.
According to George H.W. Bush.
In the 40s.
Yeah. But yeah. I don't think it's that much of an issue. I think that if they really thought it was an issue,
they would have made it more of an issue sooner.
Yeah. I think now it's just since the Harvey Weinstein thing, I think there's going to be some people are going to be witch hunted because it's right and because they should have been, and then there's going to be some people that
get caught up.
Yeah, and I think George H.W. just got caught up in this.
Yeah, I don't necessarily see. I mean, the other thing is like he could always just like apologize and be like, "It wasn't meant. I'm sorry, guys," and then no hard feelings.
Here's the thing: there was that photographer who was like sexually abusing women during his shoots.
Oh yeah.
Now that's something that like him getting caught for that was a good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that actually led to women's stories being told and some men's stories being told about the way that this photographer abused his clients. However, something like George H.W. Bush, who may not have known that his humor was bad and probably just couldn't reach up to the level of a waist or anything.
Yeah.
I think he has an excuse.
And
maybe not a good excuse, but
something.
But something.
At the very least.
Yeah, I think that it could be excused for bad behavior and he can learn from it.
Maybe. Depends on the senility.
Right. But I think there's much better reason to possibly
remove other,
Yeah,
remove that stigma from him because it isn't necessarily bad,
and you're taking for putting the focus on him.
Yeah,
you're taking the focus away from other people that should be focused on.
Shine that light elsewhere.
Right.
Shine it on somebody.
Like on the Harvey Weinsteins of the world instead of the oh, I just touched you, like it made a joke. Probably not realizing that that's where I touched you.
Yeah, the more distasteful and less, or what's the lacking taste? Not even distasteful, right. Just lacking good taste than like a horrible thing. But what else is going on? I haven't seen anything going on with Catalonia lately. I'm waiting for that to
Catalonia.
expire.
Their deadline is drawing near for them to declare independence from the independence vote they have already gotten.
Oh boy.
But Spain is trying to take away leadership from Catalonia over their region and bring it back to Madrid.
In an effort to counter that, I'm sure.
And Catalonia is basically at the point where they're either forced to give power away to Madrid or to declare independence. So it's either like it's a really bad situation for them, and unless they have allies,
this probably isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait until next week to find out, right? Have to see.
But I stand with Catalonia. I think that if anybody ever views this video that's from Catalonia, I think that you guys
are awesome,
and you have my support in any way I can help, whether it be
with a profile picture,
or
you need to send them arms. I'm
gonna send you a bunch of
arms, human arms,
not human arms,
bear arms,
prosthetic arms.
Send them a bunch of bear arms because we have the right to bear arms. In this country.
Oh boy.
All right.
Well, that'll actually do us for this quick episode of Uncorked.
This has been Uncorked, and thank you for listening, guys. And we will come back to you hopefully next week with a regular episode.
Yes. Possibly in the future when we do another Uncorked, it might be audio only. I'm trying to figure out what would be the best way to do this. As a separate, different
type of segment,
different type of video of content. So
if you have ideas, hit us up and let us know what you think they are.
If you have ideas for different content we can do, anything that you'd like us to talk about or to parody or make fun of, or even just talk seriously about debate. We're planning on trying to have more special guests.
But we've had some issues with getting them to schedule for this segment. So unfortunately, they haven't come through yet. But we are working on it, and very possibly in the holiday area or a little after that, we will be doing a little better, special guest wise. But for the meantime, this has been 2 Bros, 1 Brew, Uncorked, episode 1. And I'm Kevin.
And I'm Aaron.
And thanks for watching, guys.
And if I had a beer in my hand, I would cheers. But I do not, so I don't. I think that's bad luck, right?
Something like that. Scald.
Scald. I don't know. As always, hashtag don't need the robots.
don't move the robots. And we will see you guys next week. All right. Thanks for watching.
You like your 2 bros? You like your brew? Bam! 2 bros, 1 brew. Bam!